Ain't nobody got me feeling like I'm feeling you, like I'm feeling you, like I'm feeling you.
Oh, well, here I am. A tragic, a bittersweet moment for me looking in over Zoom at Laura's room and seeing my dog behind her. Just
You're in the
one,
sad position of being a gay without a dog. Mango.
yeah, but
Will you
he's
look at
really
me?
happy. Mango has been, he was staying at front of the pod, Sierra, who lives next to Laura, and now he's with so he was with Aunt Sierra, and now he's with Auntie Laura,
Yeah. And I have to
crashing
say
Tony's
I'm
domain.
trying to test out having like living in a two-dog existence because I'm curious about I'm second dog curious. So I'm just starting to do my testing process of that. So this is a good
I can see
practice
it.
run. I can see it too. I probably just need to have a bigger apartment. Um, but I like seeing how it goes.
I
And
think
I just
Tony would
the
like,
more dogs, the merrier.
I know.
The thing is finding the perfect match for Tony.
It's also key because Tony, while he does get like manic sometimes, he's pretty chill.
Yeah.
And Mango is chill and likes to just lay. So you kind of need a dog that will complement that.
Yeah. And a dog that will let Tony be the
The king.
dom a little bit and be the king and not bug him too much because he doesn't like to be bugged.
Mango doms Tony, but it's mostly just because through age
Yeah, and it's just
and
he comes
size,
in
I
hot
guess.
and comes into the toy basket and really gets in there, which I love. I don't care about that. I just am don't want Tony to be physically bugged to beyond his limits by a dog. Um, but yeah,
No,
I
there's kind
mean,
of nothing sadder than seeing an older dog getting bugged by their younger
I know.
housemate dog. And you're just kind of like, oh, come on.
I want him to have a little
Be a little.
playmate and enjoy his life, but then I also need the happiness and the warm fuzzy feeling of two dogs cuddling together. And so I want to
Well, you're gonna
find
get it later.
him. They'll cuddle together.
Oh, I thought you meant with you.
No, with me is one thing, but
Oh
cuddling
yeah.
together, laying down together and nuzzling each other while I work and do other things is important to me.
They're not gonna ever do that, but they'll
Mango
parallel
and Tony
cuddle.
won't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just thinking into my future as pug mama.
I know we've thought about that too, but I'm just like I haven't had enough time with just Mango, I think,
I
for
know
myself.
I'm still enjoying my time as a mom of one.
Me too. And I have right now my child love can only go to one.
I know
And
that's the thing is I worry that I would never be able to love another dog as much as I love Tony
I know.
because he's my
I think you
soulmate.
do. But there's my mom says everyone has a lifetime dog. It's like the
Hmm.
dog, no matter how many dogs, there's one dog that was like the dog of your lifetime.
I know that's Tone for me,
Hmm.
my little baby.
It was Logan for me, now it's Mango.
I know.
Yes.
Sweet
Um,
boys.
speaking of lifetime, one thing that I just need to mention that we forgot to mention in the VPR recap that it's still like rattling around my brain is that Schwartz criticized Raquel's relentless pursuit of pleasure. Her relentless and reckless pursuit of pleasure. I was like,
That she
damn,
was absolutely conniving in her relentless pursuit of pleasure. I was sick.
gross. He was like, oh yeah, because we forgot to mention that Lala Sandoval was very, horrified at Lala's accusations of grooming. And he goes, that denotes pedophilia. And she goes, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It denotes you taking advantage of someone who basically isn't as smart or old as you. And he goes, well,
Like
she groomed me when she took her clothes off and went in my pool. And everyone just
they
goes,
groomed each
oh,
other.
Yeah, they did.
they were both grooming each other. The
They had
two
fully had do.
apes. Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to see Planet of the Apes so bad.
Me too. Okay, maybe we'll go see it when you're back.
It's it doesn't get talked about enough, but it is an incredible series.
It's a good franchise.
It's a great franchise, and I gotta say, some of the apes kind of hot.
You'd fuck.
I'd fuck
You'd
the
let him
main one in
hit.
this new one. Yeah,
Wow. Like
Owen Teague,
the
the
nice
nice
one.
one.
I'd fuck
He's
like
hot
the
in real
ape
life.
king. There's like a kind of like a scarred up ape king that I'm intrigued by.
Yeah, I just liked one of the movies has Carrie Russell in it, so I was like
That's
gagged.
a huge, yeah, that's huge. I wish that they
Um,
would release, and maybe they did do this and I just don't know, but like release
all of them.
all of them again so that it can like watch them in succession because they've come out over such like a long period of time.
We got a trailer for the Dune prequel series for Max, Dune Prophecy, which is about the formation of the Bene Gesserits. And the
Huge.
first trailer came out. It looks amazing. It's got the IP of the movies because it's Warner Brothers, so clearly it's gonna have like similar set designs, costumes, you name it.
I
And
did get a mini chill. I always worry about like Max versus HBO. I know that I
I
guess they're
know,
just the same thing now, but I don't trust Max,
I know what
but
you
I
mean.
want to. But I'm excited for it. I will be watching.
Yes. And people were like, I saw confusion. If it's set 10,000 years before Paul Atreides' birth, shouldn't it be now, basically? And I said, or in ancient times. And I said, actually, I had to come to this, I had to look this up too, that the Dune that we all just watched is set 20,000 years in the future.
Wow. Maybe if the Dune prophecies come true, you'll be reincarnated someday as a Bene Gesserit.
I really want that.
I was laughing to myself, imagining you just like as a Bene Gesserit in the background with the veil, but it's like clearly your face.
I know.
Being like,
Yeah, that's like my sort of, that is one of my gender representations is Bene Gesserit.
yeah, you're a bit trans when it comes to how you identify as a Bene Gesserit.
Yeah. But I just need this. They were like, let's make Dune for faggots. And here we go.
Are the Bene Gesserits
I mean, Dune is
turfed?
already kind of faggoty.
It is. But
No, well, I
they
don't
kind of
know.
are.
Because they're like all about breeding.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the Bene Gesserit are like, if you identify as female, you can be a Bene Gesserit. If you're like a sister, like I think James Charles could be a Bene Gesserit,
Yeah, I think it's just like female identifying.
but I don't think that they're like, I don't think the Bene Gesserit take kindly to like a non-binary situation.
Yeah, I don't know how they see gender in that period. Other like has it swung so far in the future where it's like the binary is so apparent now?
I That's the impression I get of just
Because
watching the first Dune
because
movies is like,
because Paul was trained as a Bene Gesserit as a man, and they thought he was abomination.
so is it
Paul
perhaps
is
like a
kind of
trans allegory? He's a bit
Paul is
non-bined.
yeah, he's a little non-binary because
Yeah.
he's inhabiting two sort of the masculine and the feminine.
Hmm. Much to think about.
Much to think about.
Many such thoughts.
Many such thoughts. That's my Bene Gesserit voice.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Bene Gesserit, Sarah Paulson, this just tickled me because it was just so like it reminded me of a Cola Scola monologue, like a video they did where they're imitating like an old Broadway. Sarah Paulson was on the Smartless podcast with that's
Mm-hmm.
hosted by Sean Hay, yeah, Bateman and Will Arnett. and she said that she was in a play called Tally's Folly, which again doesn't sounds like a made up Broadway show. I know it's real, just the name just kills me. She goes, "I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to ask you to cut this out because I don't fucking care." The actress came to the play. Her name is Trish Hawkins. Hi, Trish. Hi, Trisha. Am I going to get sued? I don't care because I think this is outrageous. She came to the play, proceeded to say, she looked at me up and down and she went, "Your dress is yellow. Mine was pink." So I guess she was in it too when she was young. And I thought, what? Cut to 2 days later. I got an email that was 6 pages long of notes and communication to me about what she had done when she had done the play and what she recommended I do. It was outrageous. It was really outrageous. Trish Hawkins, I have not forgotten it, and I hope I see you never.
Wow. Trish Hawkins really made an enemy.
I know.
I love it. Trish Hawkins is a true whomst.
I know. Sarah is like this old Broadway, like I'm sure she's has like an agent that she hasn't talked to in like 20 years. Who's like barely alive himself, and she's getting her name is now like trending.
On everyone's lips,
I just
getting
love
roasted on a podcast.
I love a scorned lesbian theater actress, just like ready to go. I don't care, she says. I don't
I'll get
fucking
sued.
care.
I don't give a shit.
Trish, hi Trish, how are you? Am I getting
I
sued
literally
now?
I literally thought it was gonna be like she rages against Brie Larson or someone that actually like means something, but it's Trish Hawkins who's
I
taken
thought
up
it was that
valuable
too.
real estate in her brain for years, for 20 years. I've had a harbored resentment towards one person and one person only, Trish.
Trish Hawkins. Hi Trish. Hello Trisha. I won't even have you cut this out because I don't fucking care anymore. It just shows you that you can have all the success and like win a bunch of Emmys and win a Tony and be dating Holland Taylor.
But you'll
And
never
then
forget your Trish Hawkins.
everyone has a Trish.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the guy who I was on a date with who laughed in my face when I told him I was going to be a writer. And he said, "Have you even heard of the writer's hustle?" And I said,
What's that?
"What?" I go, "Is that a book?" And he goes, "No, it's a state of mind." He goes, "When you get to LA and you're trying to be a TV writer, it's going to take you years and years to get there because that's what the writer's hustle is. You'll try and fail and get canned and axed and denied and denied." And I was like, "Can you fuck my face?" Literally, this guy, I was on this date with this guy. It was 2012, and he was like, and then he made me pitch him.
Was he a writer?
He said he was writing his novel,
That's why.
and then
He was mad about your youthful hope
he
and
messaged me on
naivete.
Grindr like a year later and was like, "I see you're tweeting a lot." He's like, "You make me crazy because your writing is so bad," and was like, he's like, I remember this distinctly. He said, "Reading that people think you're funny is making me feel like I smoke crazy pills."
Whoa.
You know what? Hey, baby, it's called the writer's hustle.
He said, sorry, Trish.
Sorry, Trish.
Trish Hawkins strikes again.
Yeah,
What if you realized that you went on a date with Trish Hawkins?
maybe.
Tony? No.
That was a wild moment.
That is wild. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Oh, I don't care. Fucking loser.
Did his novel ever come out?
I don't know. I mean, he was hot.
Did he fuck your face?
No. We went back to my place after that, which was like so. And I tried to kiss him, and he said, "I need to be seduced."
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, "Okay."
You opened a
Because
Slim Jim and took a
because you
big
need to
bite.
seduce me.
Oh my God. Oof.
Um, and then oh, the man who punched Steve Buscemi in New York City has been identified.
Who is it?
Buscemi heads around the world. Rejoice. His name is Clifton. He's some random guy in New York. Clifton something. And they can't find him, but they're on the hunt for him. But I guess Steve Buscemi fell victim to like
Another,
the
just a
latest in the
punch.
yeah. There's like as we've talked, there's an epidemic of random punchings in New York City right now. And he was walking in Kips Bay, which is definitely a place I've like gone to buy cocaine.
Does it have punch energy?
It's like kind of it's it's near Murray Hill. It's like past, so it's like a little broy, I guess. Not really. It's kind of just like has like a non energy. There's a movie
Mm,
theater there. There's an AMC I used to go to,
I'm freaked out. I
but
don't
it
want
was
to
in
get
broad
punched in
daylight.
the face anywhere.
I know, doll. We gotta be on our high alert when we're in New York.
I know. We need higher
But
security.
we'll be in Brooklyn.
Yeah. There seem to be less punchings in Brooklyn.
You.
Don't approach me. This is how I'm gonna walk around in
No,
New York. Don't no punches.
please.
No. I bruise easily.
No.
No. I've worked too hard. I've worked too hard on this
I
face to
know.
get punched. It'd be so scary.
You're
Like,
like, do
if
you even know what it's like
do you know what it's like?
to be a
Injections all
woman in
over.
this world?
Oh,
Yeah.
don't punch the moneymaker. Literally, now if I was in New York, I'd be walking around thinking like, who is gonna punch me?
I know. You should wear like one of those like umpire masks.
I should wear like some basketball players will wear just like a clear mask across their whole face to like protect them from getting elbowed or something. I'm gonna walk around in one of those, like a hockey mask.
Yeah, wear a goalie. Just wear a goalie outfit when you walk in.
Should we start selling like anti-punch sup masks for the
For New
girlies?
York heads.
For the girlies and Steve?
I know, maybe. It is frightening. It's like,
It's
what?
frightening. I would
It's mostly women. I mean,
that
Steve,
would really fuck me up to get like punched out of nowhere in the
I know, and to
face,
punch,
in the head. Ooh,
yeah. And just that it's happening it happened to Steve Buscemi. It can happen to anyone.
now anyone's on the table. Why are
How
people
could you
just like
punch?
getting
I mean,
away
how
with
could you
it?
punch anyone randomly? But like Steve Buscemi, what?
I also am like, how could you just like walk up to like an elderly person and punch them in the face?
Who's elderly?
Steve,
He's 66.
he looks a little older than that, I would say.
I don't know. And in broad daylight, the gall. I mean, you're clearly mentally ill, but like,
Yeah, but I'm like,
god damn. Or just go up to some like blonde TikTok girl and just
I understand that like a little bit more. I'm like, go up to Bethany Frank. I'm like, I wish I could fucking sock her in the
Oh yeah, I
jaw. But
forgot she got punched.
allegedly, I still don't know if I believe that. When it comes to believe all women, I kind of draw the line at Bethany. Sorry. I don't want anyone to get
Speak your
punched.
truth, sister.
But most of all, I don't want anyone to get punched because I don't want to get punched.
We'll just be
How
on
about a
high alert.
punch?
How
I
about a
know.
punch? Oh wait, we might have to recap New Jersey.
This season, did you watch
It
the premiere?
Yeah, the first two episodes have come out. It's really good.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, something to
Um,
think about.
Louis fills me with such dread, and his darkness is so profound. And I've gotten multiple texts. We've gotten texts from a friend, and I've heard it from other people that he's out and about in WeHo.
Like on the town?
Yeah, my friend saw him at a gym, and my other friend saw them outside, like smoking a cigarette, like on like one like near like sweet. So
Whoa. What's he do? What's he up
I don't
to?
know. I'm like, are they on some sort of like
I'm just so sad for
couples therapy
Tree.
show? I'm honestly not anymore.
She did it to herself.
she's really fucking annoying and just stupid.
I know. I
And
just
she's
like wanted her. I wanted this. I wanted to believe in love, and so I really gave him so many shreds of grace. And okay, I have to watch that. Okay, I'm glad it's back because I need something to watch.
I have compassion for Teresa, I do, but she's also a very like vindictive, narcissistic person.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of this guy. I pray that this guy doesn't like pull something on her
She's
because
damaged.
he seems so evil.
Yeah, his face doesn't help either.
Oh, there's something. He's always like,
He's like,
yeah, and he has these like he
he looks
weirdly
like a
yeah.
Snapchat filter.
He's like this Snapchat filter where you're peep the gooting filter where people are like,
Yeah. I just want like I want peace for Tree, but Tree is much like Katie Maloney. I don't want peace,
I don't want peace.
just sandwiches. Tree should open a sandwich shop.
Remember they opened that cursed pizza place for a minute
Oh yeah.
with Gorga. It's just sad that it's the whole thing is just,
Okay, I'm gonna watch and then maybe we can like weigh in on it once I'm like caught up. How's my Staten Island queen Danielle though? Is she good?
oh, I love her. Her dog, she's an out and proud stage mom and she has no shame about it. And I love that.
Okay.
Like she's like, I'm fully leaning in. My kid is gonna do this and I don't care.
Hell yeah.
And I love her hot husband.
How's the one that fucked James Gandolfini?
Jen Fessler.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming into her own as she's gonna be a source of conflict because she
Okay.
is stepping on Teresa's toes a little.
You
Or
better
no,
not step on.
stepping on Dolores, and you just have to watch.
Okay, I'm gonna watch.
It's basically and Rachel Fuda.
Mm-hmm.
Don't discount her either.
Wow. I saw a picture of John Fuda naked and cooking.
He's sexy.
He
He's
could back
ball
that ass
daddy,
up into my fucking face.
but there's trouble brewing with
Oh,
her and Tree.
yeah. I believe that anyone that comes into contact with Tree, trouble begins to brew.
Yeah, she's a really insidious person.
It's like either it's at like the tiniest, lowest simmer, but the temperature always rises. Like anytime you let her into your life, it's like a matter of time. You're choosing your simmer level.
I'm also deeply obsessed with Gabriella like fleeing New Jersey and going to Michigan just to get it. Like she quietly like got really good at school and just got the good grades to get the fuck out of there. And you can tell
Yeah.
she's like weirdly the most traumatized one.
Is she the she's the
She's the second.
youngest? She's the one that was like the mailman's daughter, kind of.
Yeah, but
She just didn't look like the rest of them either. She always was like a little bit different.
and I think Teresa worries about her the most, but also is like the most shaky about her. Like she's in denial about her leaving. 'Cause I think she's quietly like the
Did she
mother
get
of the
into
family.
University of Michigan?
Yeah, she's really smart.
Love that. Good
And she is
girl.
becoming a criminal lawyer or a criminal justice, immigration, all that.
Person or
Yeah.
lawyer.
Lawyer. She's taking the LSAT and the bar.
Cool. What about Melania?
She's just
Fucking cracking
vibes.
skulls.
Fucking cracking skulls. Hey, fuck
Fucking
you.
busting kneecaps, taking names. Give me a number. I'll fucking go in.
Take me out.
I need more like Italian. Yeah, this is what I'm missing is like Italian American energy.
There's just nothing better than seeing them go down the shore.
Hmm.
I'm really darked out by Dolores's boyfriend, kind of. The
Paul.
Irish guy. He's like not divorced yet, and they've been separated for 10 years. There's something up. It's a little weird.
Yeah, I just
Believers
feel
is
like
weird.
a sense like she could do better.
Yeah, and I love Margaret.
Margaret's she's tough for me. She's tough.
I know I love her though.
Yeah. I like her relationship with her husband. They keep
Joe
it pretty real.
Benino or whatever.
Yeah, okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, get into it
Like
and
a
see what you
big,
think.
like to manifest like a huge Italian American family to like take me in, either via their like I partner with their son or partner with their daughter, and just need to be like ushered into the fold and given some like prosciutto.
You partner with like the daughter of like the pasta king of Bergen County.
Yeah, like I need like a big Jersey family to like fawn over me and like feed me fucking manicotti and like and like make burrata.
It'll happen.
I know.
Maybe in New York.
In New York, please don't punch me. Just introduce me to a nice Italian man.
Your
Should we talk
dreams will come
about
true.
should we talk about these dysfunctional relationships on this
Yes,
cursed
I'm
show?
Carrie,
I'm Lara.
and you're listening to Sexy Unique
Podcast.
Punches.
Hey, sexy unique
Valley of the
punch.
Dolls.
Valley of the
How about a
Dolls.
punch? How about a punch?
How about a punch?
Maybe a punch? Fall back, hit my head, dead. Then my kids don't have a mother. Then my kids don't have a mother.
I really miss her.
I know. What's she up to
Should bring
lately?
her back.
We come up on the James May event from last week, and Zack is fully crying because he's not been invited to Big Bear, and everyone's consoling him. I felt this made me sad because
This is you not being in
the lone.
Someone goes, "Oh, don't cry," and he goes, "I'm trying to stop."
I like him a lot. I think he's funny.
Me too. Out of me, I mean, look, the gay energy on this show is truly cursed. I have to be real about that, but he is the least cursed energy out of all the gays.
Jax is just watching. He looks like a rapey lederhosen. Why is he?
Like,
He's
where
like,
is he hiking to? He looks like a man who just like successfully threw his wife off a cliff and is gonna say like she tripped and fell.
Nia goes. She goes, "Oh, Zack, you're really upset, aren't you?" And she goes, "But I gotta go now. I hope something changes," and then leaves.
As soon as there's conflict, old Nia with the same old song and dance being like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I gotta go. Nannies, kids, breastfeeding. You know the drill. I hope things change. Bye."
And Brittany goes, she goes, "Well, I gotta make sure to talk to Janet because she goes, you know, I'm all about going to the source." And then Jasmine is so fucking funny. She is really funny to like. I think she's so like I love her energy on the show, and I love that she's just like down to go, but
I really do
never
feel
loses
like
her shit.
she got thrown into the mix with a group of people that she doesn't actually know that well, but is like, "Sure, I'll ride in the back seat. Sure, I'll go to the Babymoon. Yeah, why not?"
She's talking to Zack, and they're talking about Janet, and Zach's like, I feel like she's, kind of two-faced, blah, blah, blah. And then Jasmine looks over his shoulder and sees Simon, Janet's friend, kind of looks like he's taking notes of what they're saying. And she goes, "Hey, Simon, are you going to come in and are you just going to keep recording what we're saying?"
And he goes,
And he says, "Oh," he goes, I'm telling Janet what's being said about her. Yes. And Jasmine's like, "But that's crazy."
"Okay, I have to say right now that I'm turning on Janet.
I'm turning on her, but I like
She's
the energy
deputizing she's deputizing gays to like spy and do her bidding."
Not even sinister gaze, just like gaze, like she's turning her gaze into like literal
A
hint.
Crocs boot gay. She's saying you're high.
She's turning her gaze, i.e. Jared and Simon, into like footmen.
She has an army of two who are there at her beck and call. She's in a place of like, now listen while I make this phone call on speaker.
I mean, it was he's like
She's like,
Jasmine's
listen,
literally
take
like, "Are
notes
you
and send them
recording
to
me
me.
right now?
He's
Like, are
standing
you?"
there like this.
And then he like skedaddles away. I This
Look,
is
I
why
feel
I'm like,
I feel conflicted because Simon did come on the podcast like ages ago as a
I like
guest.
Simon. Full disclosure, I know Simon like I know him, you know him. He's actually really
He's
funny
come
and
on the
sweet.
podcast. He's funny and sweet, but I'm so like, had I known that one day he would set foot on the screen on a Vanderpump Rules spinoff, it would have been a different story.
See, okay, and I'm not just saying this because
And I
I
feel
think
like
he's
I need to be like, I feel weird because I don't want to be, I can't be silenced. I'm going to have to speak my truth based on what I see on the screen. And
I
I'm
feel
going to
like
have
he
to
has a good sense.
roast.
I feel like he seems like he has a good sense of humor. I don't know him well, but like he texted me and he thought it was funny what we were like. I think he thinks it's funny. And I
Let's
have to
hope,
also I know, I
let's hope
pray.
that sense of humor remains.
But I like seeing I kind of appreciated him going,
But I'm also like, did Janet deputize you to text and start like laying the groundwork so you won't get roasted because you know what's coming? I'm in a true tinfoil hat, trust no one X Files when it comes to these shows.
I was crying at him literally like it was like he walked off like the alien in Signs. Um, we cut to the Chateau Marmont where Jesse comes
Mia
home kind of like
with it's Michelle is truly like sarcophagus style, laying in like all black, just like I'm like, where's your kid? What are you doing
uh,
out there?
it's a nice view.
It's a great view.
Jesse comes home looking like he just like there's something lighter in his step as he walks in,
I'm gonna
coming
say
back
one
from his
thing, which is when a man is in a place of a beanie like that, they've undergone what they consider to be like a life-changing transformation.
yeah,
I've
he's coming.
known straight men, when a straight man puts a beanie on and stands in his beanie truth, like a kind of douchey straight guy in a beanie like that, it's like batten down the hatches because they're about to like tell you about how they went on like an amazing cleanse or something.
The straight male urge to wear a beanie after
The
a
straight
formative experience.
pulling a beanie down over your ears and just being consumed by your beanie, but being like, I'm different. Like it's the way a straight man decides, like, I'm different now.
He's he comes back from his ayahuasca weekend and he embraces Michelle and he takes like a deep inhale of her like essence. And I was like, and he goes, I'm so aware. And Michelle's like, okay.
He goes, the room, it was pixelated and I fought like a demon and then I died and I saw myself die, but it was like an ego death. And like
And she was
I
like,
just love
she goes,
you.
she goes, that must have been a big demon because your ego is pretty big.
She yawns while he's talking. I was like, this woman hates you. Then he goes like this.
And she goes,
She goes,
well, there is something different about him. I told him, he asked me what I can do for him, and I said, leave, go to this weekend and come back an entirely different person, and then maybe our marriage will help. And maybe our marriage will work. And he seems to be a different person. So
he's not. It's just he put a beanie on. I'm telling you, this is the ultimate giveaway. You gotta go. You have to take the beanie off and like see what lies beneath the beanie in order to get a true sense of what's going on in their straight head.
The masculine urge to wear a beanie is so strong.
I'm telling you, it truly is like it's a man enters like an artsy place where he's like really thinking about things, and then he puts his beanie on, and then he goes and tells like a group of people about how he like had really intense like trauma shake therapy, and it like
I
changed
know.
a thing or two.
We don't talk about this enough. We talk about like women going abroad and coming back with like an accent, but we don't talk about men wearing beanies. They get away with it somehow, and we
They
can't
get
let
away with
them.
so much, and you've got to hold these men accountable. And the next time you see a straight man in a beanie, just know that all is not right. And you're going to have to observe him with the beanie on, but with the beanie mostly off to really see what the real tea is.
It's true. Janet is still pregnant, and she has her two gays over, Simon and Jared. And Simon reports back on Doute crying, on Zack
He goes, "Sir,
crying.
yes, sir. I have big news to report at the James May party." Zack cried.
Doute cried.
Doty cried. Zack cried. I took notes. An incredible day.
And Janet goes, "Oh man," she goes, "That's what we were talking about when you were texting me and they called you out for thinking that you were spying on them, but you were actually just texting me and I wrote back to you, as you can see. Oh man, I really didn't want Zach to cry." I was like, "You, Janet, you're such a little liar."
Big old snake. You're stirring the pot, stirring it right up. And she
Simon
goes,
said that
let's call Zack. Let's call him right now. Just see what he says.
puts him on speaker.
It was like, you're entrapping this other gay. This is gay. This is gay violence.
This is gay violence as a hag.
This is gay violence as a hag to have two of your gays over and call another more histrionic gay on speakerphone and then let everyone listen to him as he just like goes kind of crazy and also be like going like
So he
to like
calls and she calls him and he goes, "Hello." She goes, "Hi." And they start talking, and he goes, "Well, your pink booted friend came up to me and started causing trouble." And then Jared and Zach,
and she goes,
Jared and Simon.
Jerry goes,
And Zach basically they resolved nothing.
no, he's like, how dare you like not invite me to your baby moon? Like I deserve to be. He's gone into gay psychosis where it's like you don't want to go to this baby moon, first of all. Like
No, it
the idea of
sucks.
going on a baby moon literally kill me and like flay my body and hang it in the town square. I would do not want to be involved in a baby moon. You don't want to go. It's not going to be that fun. And also, but now you're so like angry at being left out that you're like rudely demanding to go to the baby moon, which certainly won't get you invited to the baby moon.
I know. Then Janet goes, "Well, my phone's literally on 1%, so I have to go because I don't want it to seem like I just hung up on you out of nowhere when my phone cuts out." I go, "Lies, the lies."
Lies, the
But I,
fucking lies.
but yeah, I kind of understand. She's like, "Well, now I'm definitely not inviting you." It's
Zach
not going to
is
be fun.
collateral. He's Kristen collateral.
Mhm.
He's unfortunately a gay caught in the crosshairs, but you he, you don't want to like begrudgingly, angrily be invited to a baby moon.
No, and you don't want to feel you don't want to go. You're gonna feel like alien. You're gonna be the only gay there other than Jasmine. And
I was shocked
Jasmine,
that Jasmine was invited to the baby moon because I didn't realize. I thought that she also was not invited.
well, she and her girlfriend were invited, but her girlfriend couldn't end up going.
Oh,
So it,
okay.
it was just a couples thing. So it wasn't like a no gays. It was just like couples.
I hate that. Get a
Um,
grip. Not everyone has to be in a couple to like go somewhere.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
I think it's weird.
Just be
I
like
think
couples
it's good to have
only.
a mix of things.
I love being like a single fifth wheel, third wheel, fourth wheel. Like I enjoy that.
Yeah, because you get to like have the fun dynamic, and then you get to like retreat and be like, okay, I can go be alone now.
Hmm.
It's fun. We see Zack helping Brittany pack, and Brittany goes, "Are you sure you're okay packing me? I feel weird. I feel weird.
I feel so weird
I feel so
going.
weird." Doute and Luke are in the kitchen, and it looks like Doute has like water all over her. Like she's like, like wet stains all over her. I don't know if that was
She
like
is
the pattern.
she is a mess. She is truly a mess.
She's drinking water. She goes, like, where did all my friends go?
Is this when they have their like couples counselor come over to do a session
No,
with them?
that comes later.
I'm like,
Um,
Dodie, we just like I need her to like just focus. You know what I
Also, Doty
mean?
posted a photo of her holding a gun, and I was like, the militia is beginning.
It has begun. She
She
goes,
goes,
before you all come at me, she said, before you all come at me, I practice the ultimate gun safety, okay? Rock and roll.
rock and roll.
I just
I
need
saw
her to like
someone,
really focus on like self-care.
yeah, I saw a viral tweet of someone posting that with the caption rock and roll. I was like, the power of sup.
She's in a place of rock and roll. She's like fucking natural born killers with Luke.
Before you all come for me inside in the DMs, I always practice gun safety.
Rock and roll. We're
The
locked
right to
and
bear
loaded.
arms means a lot to me and my man. Rock
Guess
and
what?
roll.
We fucking get horny for the Second Amendment. Rock and roll. Safety first.
My baby will be born with a Beretta in hand.
For his first birthday, I'm giving him a Glock. Second birthday, a revolver. Third birthday, Civil War era, single load, gunpowder, round bullets.
Oh my God, when I was at the Waco Walmart the other day, I got chills seeing the assault rifles.
They sell them there.
They sell some kind of rifle, probably not assault.
I don't think they sell assault rifles at Walmart.
But still, they sell like big rifles and guns,
Like a
like
hunting rifle.
hunting. It still gave me chills when I
Assault
saw it.
assault rifles. When I saw the wall of assault rifles, I felt something in my bones.
I said, "Give me one of those."
You're in gun country.
What if Kristen posted a photo with an AR-15? Before you all come for me, I always practice AR-15 safety.
I think that she's probably shot one.
Probably.
Isn't she
Um,
like incredibly clumsy? It seems like not.
she's talked about being like she's always falling.
I think it's like probably not good to put a firearm in her clammy hands
They'll get. I
for
mean,
many
anyone can
reasons.
buy one though. They don't give a shit.
I know, but I just think like a hyper reactive emotional person who's also like a clumsy little Bambi probably shouldn't handle a gun.
That is the real need for gun control is Kirsten Doty potentially firing a gun.
Like Kristen Doty will like accidentally shoot her refrigerator.
Fuck.
Shit.
Uh,
Don't tell Luke. Rock and roll.
Everyone gathers at Brittany and Jax's to caravan up to Big Bear. You know, it was like, oh great, Jax is going to Big Bear again, where he almost died.
He said it needs to have a corrective healing experience with the lake.
Nia and Danny are bringing their twins and their nanny because she's still lactating and she needs an excuse to leave the conflict.
Yeah, she needs like a basement to retreat to.
Um,
And Janet, or not Janet, Jasmine's in the back seat, just like hanging.
Brittany's GERD is already beginning.
I didn't realize Brittany is like truly so cursed with stomach issues. Like I knew about the ulcer from previous seasons of Vanderpump Rules, but she's like plagued with like inhuman levels of car sickness. Like
She had to get her gallbladder
she's
removed
like
and she was 23.
unwell.
Yeah.
She kind of needs, she also might need a retreat of sorts.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely medical and physical, but I think it's also metaphysical and like she's manifesting from all the fucking Zach is or Zach. Jax is so mean to her.
He's really mean to her.
It's abusive.
It is. And I think that you're right that she probably has really high anxiety and like a lot of emotional shit going on that then
Yeah.
manifests in this like GERD, car sick, just like plagued. But yeah, she's got to like get her health straight.
As someone who has experiences frequent car sickness driving in California, when you're from another place and you come to California,
You're used to the wide open country roads.
like I've had to get out of the car in Mulholland and puke.
I will get maybe a little car sick if I'm looking at my phone while someone's driving. If someone's driving really poorly, like kind of a stop start drive, and I'm
Hmm.
trying to read on my phone, I'll get car sick. But like, you got to know
The
your
phone is a big
limits.
cause. Yeah.
I think Brittany doesn't strike, she's like someone that's not as in tune with her body, perhaps, and like understanding limitations and like listening to what her body is telling her.
But despite that, she says, I'm so excited for time with Jack, date night and Big Bear. She didn't say that. She didn't say the last part, but basically.
Finally, a date night in the mountains.
They finally get up to the mountains and Brittany's miserable. She's like, I'm so sick. They get to the house. The house is actually really cute.
The house is
Nice.
nice.
Like
Yeah,
up on a hill.
pretty.
Um, Brittany gets in. She
She
goes,
goes,
I'm miserable.
I gotta go lay down. I'm feeling ill. Oh, gotta go lay down.
Oh, I think if she leaves that, I think leaving Jax will heal her.
I think it will be a huge step in the right direction. But I'm also like, you gotta kind of drink water, maybe take a Zofran. Like, you just gotta listen to your body and understand your limitations
If
and
Brittany
not
really
push
wants to like
yourself.
leave her body, which she seems to do a lot, want to do the urge to leave her body is great with her. Just take some edibles. She should just like get into weed instead of drinking.
Yeah, I think edibles could be like a good fix. She should just like get into GHB.
Um,
Like she could take like a fucking little dropper of GHB probably.
like a little baby bottle.
She could just do doot doot in like a
Yeah,
drink in a mocktail and then like get the
Gatorade.
same effect. Just a little doop and then she won't be girding as hard.
Yeah, she can just bring like a giant thing of Gatorade to keep her electrolytes up and just like d- do a little
Put a thimble of
microdose.
G in there. Start. She should start. She should honestly start a brand that is microdosing GHB, like a female friendly GHB based drink beverage company. I think would blow the fuck up for women with GERD who still need to get fucked up.
Brittany, they all assemble. The guys are gonna go to like the banks of the lake to drink some brewskis and like jerk off with each other.
They're just
And
drinking straight out liquor out of the bottle.
Jax is already blackout at like 1 p.m. It's a Monday.
He's like piss drunk. They're just taking ripping shots of like lukewarm tequila and vodka. I was like,
The girls head to a pontoon and they see the captain and Brittany goes, Are you Doug? Are you Doug? He goes, Yeah.
great, great. Ladies, get in. Ladies, not. Ladies night on the pontoon. I
Pontoon
love the
night.
lake. Ladies night. Get in.
Ladies, I'm the lady of the lake. That's what they call me.
Ladies night with one man, Doug. Doug, you're taking all of us on date night tonight.
Are you Doug?
Are you Doug? Get on. Get. The pontoon boat does like a circle. It's like
it was very like It's a Small World. At one point, you keep seeing when during this episode when the guys are on the shore in the background, you just see like the pontoon kind of in view.
I was like, what is this plan? This Babymoon truly is like the most cursed vacation of all time.
Jax is gonna like wander off alone, like disappear.
He's gonna wander into the woods, never to be.
Then,
He's gonna wander into the woods and come back, and something about him will be different, but no one will be able to put their finger on it. But it won't be Jax anymore.
Imposter.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Celtic. You know, there's like Celtic imposters. There's like a legend of like people going out in the woods and coming back, and
they're different.
Yeah, like a wood fairy.
That's gonna be Jax.
Or he's gonna leave and start a new life.
Mm-hmm. Or he already has a second family that lives in a cabin in the woods in Big Bear. And he's going to go visit them. LA. The kids don't know about his reality stint. They don't know about Brittany. They don't know about Date Night.
They don't know. They don't even know they live. They don't even know they live in America.
No, they think they're in like Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Jax has learned German, so he can speak
German.
They speak fluent German, and Jax has told them that they're in the Black Forest.
It's like the village.
They're in the village. He's like, you are Hansel and Gretel, and we're now in the Black Forest.
Jasmine starts to talk to Janet about Simon spying at Doute's event. She's like, that was weird. And Janet's like, he wasn't spying. And then she's like, no, he literally was.
She goes, he wasn't spying. He was just texting me everything that was going on. This is the Americans.
Jasmine was like, you don't think that's weird behavior? And Janet, and then Janet starts getting kind of passive aggressive with Jasmine, and like at one point kind of tells Jasmine to be quiet or like stop talking. And Jasmine goes, in her interview, she goes, she better watch her tone with me or I'll take her baby gifts back.
I'm like, you have to get like gifts for someone?
Yeah.
All this shit is like, what the fuck? There's always like shelling out for people's like weddings and their baby moons.
It's the way it is.
I know. Justice for fucking Jasmine. The solitary lesbian on this cursed baby moon.
On this pontoon.
Stuck on a pontoon.
That's going 1 mile an hour.
It's going in just a circle before it drops you at the shore.
Jesse's still riding high. He's basically wearing his beanie and he gets on a donut float and just kind of floats into it. And it's cold. It's in the winter, I think.
Why is he like wrapped in a towel up to his tits?
I do that sometimes.
But like you'd go in the water?
Oh, not in the water.
He went in the water with his towel on.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess it's cold though.
It seems chilly. Like they're trying to make it no, but I guess it's hot. I think it's hot because they're all, remember, they're in the valley, and in the valley they're like, it's 1,000,000 degrees.
Oh. What time of year is this? Is it the summer?
I feel like it's like late summer, maybe.
Yeah. At one point, Jax is like, he's getting like in that weird, when he gets like drunk and aggro and like kind of weird.
Quiet, but then like snappy.
You see his bunions.
Jesse's getting drunk and like wants to like fuck a guy. So he's like, keeps like Jesse on his ayahuasca journey realized that he's just truly gay and wants to get railed by Jason.
Me too.
Join the fucking club. He's like, Danny or Jason, like I'll take either one of them. And so he starts like roughhousing with them and like throwing them to the ground and like grab assing.
Back in Casa de Doty, she and Luke are having a couples therapy session in their house. And I'm pretty sure Doty's like she's drinking out of like a Yeti Rambler, and I'm pretty sure she has like a cocktail. This guy comes over and he actually seems like a true like an actual couples therapist comes over and he's like, "So, is your desire to be in LA strong enough for you to like move here from Colorado to be with Kristen full time?" And Luke's like, "No, I hate it here. I don't trust anyone."
He's like, so we're just gonna like go over some things that couples tend to talk about before they have kids, like good things for everyone to know so that they're on the same page. He's like, for example, like the city you live in, I think it's important to agree on like where you will live before you have a baby. And they like don't agree on that. And Kristen's like, I can't live in the middle of fucking nowhere, but I can't live here because my friends don't fucking like me. Rock and roll.
She goes, "Maybe LA isn't for me anymore." I'm like, wow, this is the first time she's ever said
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Much to think about. And then he goes, another thing to talk about is finances. So just talking about money, like how you guys spend, how you guys save, and really thinking about like what that means to you. And Kristen goes, oh, and like goes, and she goes, I don't know why, but I can't like talk about money. It's like when like fucking comes up, like my vagina just like dries up. Like I'm not going to talk about it. I'm like, no big deal. I'm like, this is, I cannot stress enough how much of a red flag that is. As someone who's also been down that same road and said that same thing at one point in her life and like literally cried when a boyfriend tried to show me how to budget, like I can't stress enough. You simply must confront your finances.
The therapist goes, "I view friends as a mirror." And I was like, "Don't say this to this crew."
Also, don't say this to Kristen. She has none.
Definitely. And at one point she's slurping the straw and she does that like ceiling eyes thing.
She's truly like unwell.
She's fucking
She
loaded in
is
this.
look, she's loaded. What does her Yeti Tumblr say? It had like sassy text on it.
I don't know.
I meant to take a screenshot of it.
Yeah, the
She
Tumblr is
is
full of like
reading to
I swear
me
there's a screwdriver in there.
or like a white wine spritzer. It's like half a bottle of wine and like the rest like LaCroix.
Yeah. Maybe LA isn't the place for me after all. Because
I'm worried for her. I like truly am like your crazy aunt energy is peeking through and you really are like a militia mama right now.
she goes, "It's hard without the family here because Luke's family is primarily in Indiana and my family is primarily in Michigan."
And the doctor's like, so I do recommend like a support system because when a couple has a baby, it can feel really lonely because you're giving all this love and attention to something that can't give it back. She's like, we have no family and I have no friends. Fucking rock. We'll be in the
And I
fucking
have a drinking
woods.
problem.
And I have a huge fucking alcoholic drinking problem. Rock and roll. She's like, have you ever listened to Led Zeppelin? She goes, that doesn't bother me because you see your gypsy. He goes,
She just does a
tell me
dance
more
in
about
front of
your
Luke.
friends. And she just goes, she pushes play on her phone and it goes, doo, doo, doo. And it's like the Idol when Lily Rose Depp just performs for everyone in the living room and Kristen does a full
Yeah.
striptease to you see your gypsy.
He's like, "I was just asking if you had any friends."
She goes, oh, and it lights up the night. You see your gypsy. She like it gets on his lap and is like, ooh.
She never actually answers any question. Back in Big Bear, Nia
She
asks the
goes,
ladies,
he goes, so what have you learned from this session? Like anything you would like to reflect on? She goes, And it all comes down to you. When you know you're riding, lightning strikes. Maybe once, maybe twice. Oh, when it lights up the night.
You'll see. And it looks like, thank you
Won't
so much for coming.
say? Looks like we got this from here. I got it from here.
Nia on the shore, the women get off their pontoon and join the boys. And Nia asks if any of the ladies have been practicing their self-defense moves that she taught them.
Everyone's like,
And
no.
Jax and Brittany kind of like have a little bit of a spark of something.
She's like, Jax, grab my arm.
Just
Grab my arm, Jax. I'll show you.
and then
Attack me. Date night. Come on.
Get me. Hit
She
me.
literally would take, like, if Jax like attacked her now, she'd be like, this is exactly what I wanted. Finally a date night.
and then Jesse and Michelle start doing it because she's like, Michelle's like, we missed the class though, and Nia's like, I'll teach you, and then Jesse like weirdly like pops Michelle in the nose accidentally.
They were fighting though in a way that made me really uncomfortable. Where it was like,
Yeah.
you actually hate this person and you're like trying to slap him, and like he's also mad at you, and then he hits her in the nose, which I do believe was an
Oh,
accident.
for sure, yeah, but still, it was
But
just like it was just
she
uncomfortable
also
and
is like
awkward.
fresh off of a nose job, so
Yeah.
she's like, what the fuck? And I was like, God, this couple is the worst. Like being
Yeah.
around a couple like that where you're just like, ooh, everything they do makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, Jax is like, I've been there, I get it. The nose job. And
He
then
says that
Brittany,
he and Brittany had a fucking crazy sex, and in the midst of passion, she headbutted him, and that's why he had to get a second nose job.
hopefully this wasn't in Times Square.
We'll never know. I'm still haunted by their Times Square
Fuck.
romp.
Brittany's like a little drunk, I think, and she starts watching videos of the nanny sent them of Cruz taking swim lessons, and Cruz is crying in the videos, and Brittany starts crying because she's like, "Oh, I miss him. Oh,
I
Cruz."
feel so bad. Look at him. And she's like, the swim lessons I've had, they're 10 minutes long.
I know. I've been to one. They just like have them go in and get acquainted, and then
It's just
they
10
like make them.
minutes.
It depends, but they just like have them jump in the water into their
Okay.
arms. I
So
mean,
Cruz is
when
crying.
when my sister's kids went when they were like babies, they were like
Mhm.
screaming, but then they loved it.
Yeah. Seems like a rite of passage for a kid to like cry at a swim lesson.
But Jax goes, I don't want to hear this. He's my child. I don't want to hear him crying. Turn it off. Turn it off. I don't want to see it.
He like smacks the phone out in Brittany's hand. It's like, what is your problem? He
So
just
mean.
hates her. He just hates
does.
her. He has no regard for her, no respect, no empathy.
No compassion. And Brittany goes, Jax doesn't care about how he talks to me. He'll do it in front of my mom, my dad, my mama,
But he's always
my
done
mama.
this. Remember Jax and Brittany take Kentucky? Did you watch that one?
Yeah, it was so dark. I couldn't.
That's when I was like, I have no respect, no empathy for either of you. To stay in the situation after a man treats you like that in front of your family.
Treats your family like that. That's like
I know. It's
that's
really,
so disgraceful.
you did this to yourself, honey.
And then they drive back to the house, and Brittany goes to the driver. She goes, "How long till we get back to the house? I'm feeling sick again." And then he goes,
He goes 50 minutes.
She goes, "Oh," and then she looks to the
Oh
window. She goes,
no. You got to pull over.
she pulls over and pukes. And then she goes, "Girls, please don't tell Jax about this. I only took one shot. He's gonna be so mad." And they're all like, "He's really gonna be mad at you?" And she goes, "Yes." I was like,
She goes,
"God,
I didn't even drink today. I haven't even had a shot. I'm just
Don't
sick.
tell him.
Don't tell
please
him.
don't,
He will
please
get
don't
mad.
tell him."
He'll think that I had shots. Brittany is in
I'm not.
hell.
It's sad. It's sad. I'm not
But
like.
this is also okay. I just have to say, as a longtime viewer, like people that have watched this relationship from start to finish, like there was never any question in my mind that this day wouldn't come.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of the most like full circle moment And there is a little part of it that is like pleasing to see that it's like that you're like right all along. I don't wish this for her. Like, I'm glad that
No,
she's out, but it's also like we fucking knew that
we
this
all knew.
relationship would go down this road.
When they get back to the house, Jax asks Michelle to join him on the balcony, and he's like clearly drunk and wants he's in his like classic Jax instigator mode, and he wants to just like cause drama because he's like playing Barbies with everyone basically. And the way he asked Michelle to come outside with him, and then the way there was like something weirdly like flirty about it. Maybe my brain is broken,
No, there's
but
sexual tension there.
she was like, I don't know, there was something. I thought for a second I had scannable brain worms, but I was like, this is weird.
But couldn't you see like people fucking on the show?
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that the point?
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'll come outside.
I'm outside with you.
She's
They're
let me
like,
get a drink first.
Brittany's in
Brittany's full blown GERD attack.
Jesse's still on the lake, I think. Just floating
Yeah.
around.
He's in like he's like drowning. He's like underwater, having like a lake
Mhm.
experience. He'll like have a near death experience and emerge and like put his beanie on and like
Wasn't he
go tell
his, his beanie was even bigger by the time he emerged. It was like the size of a car when he comes out. It's the size of an umbrella.
He's pulled it like over his eyes. It's covering most of his head just except his nose and mouth.
So Jax is like, drunk Doty told me that you have been like texting some guy who's a celebrity, and that's the secret she was keeping for you, and that you met a guy and you got drinks with him, and then you've been like getting coffee and texting him and sending sexual photos.
And
Michelle
Michelle's
goes,
like, I have met a celebrity and we did text. And sometimes I text a celebrity.
well, she goes, she is right. And it's not just him. I've texted multiple people. I was like, it was giving reality Von Tease. That's not
Finally.
true exactly.
Oh, remember Reality Von Tease?
Remember how good we had it?
Ugh,
The biggest mistake, not bringing her back.
huge mistake. Raquel level of mistake. Ugh, I crave Monica's chaos. I crave LD.
Me too. Volvo.
So Michelle, I think, is finally gonna go rogue and admit that she's texting all sorts of people. Just pictures of her tits. I love being like a celebrity. Please,
Who?
what celebrity?
Why did I see some? Maybe I want to confirm. I feel like I saw something with someone maybe knew who it was.
Someone online was saying it was Quentin Tarantino. I don't believe that.
She's sending him pics of her feet. Jack's like, let me see him.
Let me sniff him.
Well, may we all pray for Brittany's GERD.
I pray she makes a full GERD recovery.
Pray for Jasmine on this trip with all these psychos.
Jasmine has entered the realm of straight hell,
I know.
and she's now having to bear witness. This is like her event horizon is this trip.
It is.
Brittany, when Brittany gave that interview to people and she goes, my revenge body's going to be insane. It's like your revenge body simply needs to function without crippling acid reflux.
That's the best revenge you can
That's
give
the
Jax.
ultimate revenge is to just make sure that your organs are functioning as they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be the
That will be
greatest
the truest
gift you can give
revenge.
yourself.
Yeah. Brittany, I'm worried about her.
Me too.
I'm worried about her health at this point.
VPR really did a number on her. Well, let's pray for our GERD queens.
Okay. Let's shout out the GERD army.
The GERD.
The Garmy. Our little GERDlings.
Love you, GERDlings.
GERDlings, you keep us on our toes.
You keep us honest.
You keep us young. Pia from Australia.
Pia from Australia.
Alex
Alex
Delisle.
Delisle.
Makeup Fresh.
Makeup Fresh.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Rachel in Dublin.
Rachel in Dublin.
Sophie from Cleveland.
Sophie from Cleveland.
Emily Vaughn.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza from Rancho Cucamonga.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston.
Sarah Elizabeth.
Lucy from London.
Lucy from London.
Brooke Johansson.
Brooke Johansson.
Rachel Knight.
Rachel Knight.
GERD Queen of Brooklyn.
GERD Queen of Brooklyn.
Brittany Ryan Weiss.
Brittany Ryan
Danielle
Weiss.
McMillan.
Danielle McMillan.
Bridget Wasowski.
Bridget Wasowski.
Lady Swamp, which gives no fucks.
Gives no fucks.
Jessica Hernandez.
Jessica Hernandez.
Mazel Tov from New Rochelle.
Mazel Tov from New Rochelle.
Mary.
Manny.
Mike Earhart.
Mike Earhart.
Baron Realtor.
Realtor.
Oh, my GERD's acting
Oh,
up.
my
Timothy
GERD.
Shield.
Timothy Shield.
Oh,
It's coming.
Rogue Stanley.
Rogue Stanley.
Oh, my GERD. I got to pull over. Matthew Thomas.
Matthew Thomas.
Owsley
don't tell
Robinson.
Jax.
Oh,
Owsley
God, don't tell Jax. Cheeseburger Bay, please. Whatever you do, don't tell Jax. Critter the Mute Tall Gray. My God. Mariah K from SLC.
Mariah K
please.
from SLC. God damn it.
God damn, don't tell Jax. I haven't even taken a shot today. Kathy West, you know that.
Kathy West.
Get more, please. Hillary from Chicago. Got pull over. for
Oh, I had
God's
the worst
sake.
GERD in Chicago last time I was there.
Oh, for GERD's sake, Orlando, don't do this to me. Just pull the car over. Let me puke.
no.
Patron of the farts. Come on. Dave from Switzerland. Shut up.
Dave, please.
don't-
I've never been to Switzerland. I
say
want to
it.
go there without my GERD.
You got to be Switzerland on this one. You cannot tell Jax.
Gotta
Nick
be neutral as
Sedaris.
fuck.
Just give me some peace, Emily.
Emily.
Kim Lucas.
Kim
Pull
Lucas.
over. Jenny Hogan. Oh my God. Do you have a bag? I gotta
Jenny.
puke into it. RJ.
RJ.
Jeffrey Pradama.
Proud of
You
proud
pull
of
the
God
car
damn
over.
it, proud of
Oh, I gotta puke.
Hopefully you won't get GERD when you see us on tour this summer.
I know.
You can buy tickets
Stay strong.
at our
We're
website,
girding-
sexyuniquepodcast.com.
sexyuniquepodcast.com for tickets and, just listen to your bodies. And
The body keeps the GERD.
the body does keep the GERD. The GERD keeps the score. So just be real.
Be real.
Bye.
Bye.